little V-Tank, bought a little Say Moon. House got a safe room, party out of Cancun. Fucking with the Coinbase Pro, got Zcash. Fucking with the Robin Hood out, got a free bag. And I'm on the blockchain, burning on blockchain. Damn, this shit some octane. Chillin' at the house game, then I hit the trap spot just to get some bags off. 20K in the loop, down nigga mad loss. All coins in the red, I'ma get them half off. A young nigga, hit a lick, selling piece half off. I'ma go to Mars on niggas, I'ma blast off. I'ma hit Finny in the mall, I'ma cash out. Bad bitch walking around the crib with her ass out. Feds tryna plot on a nigga with a two slit. Every time you see me on the ground, I'm in a new fit. Rich guy made this shirt and a slim fit. Bad little vibe in the room, it's a slim fit. She just wanna bend that ass over, she gon' take this. New body Escalade, down the shit a spaceship. You ain't got at least 20K, don't say shit. Riding in the C8, damn a nigga feel great. I be at the spot selling bags on tailgate. I was on the Yamatoni Hawk talking big cake. If you get into the money, then I know you relate. Got a lot strain, nigga, I can serve 3 states. I'ma got 2 fake, burning on cheesecake. Let's go. She say she want a boss cause her boyfriend a cheapskate. She say she want a boss cause her boyfriend a real lame. Talking on IG like I be spinning real game. Rose gold, Audemars, rose and white Cuban chain. 50K solitaire, earring, screw bags. I can get a nigga like Took for a few racks. This a new flavor of the month, this a new pack. Ben spent that old damn money, these some new racks. Blueberry melon in my paper got me relapsed. Smoke a love a nigga, they be calling me to come back. Fell off for a minute, but I had to make a comeback. All I see is hate, nigga, where the fucking love at? I ain't with the bro shit, baby, I'm a rich man. I ain't feel like sliding, so I might pay a hit, man. Felt like Murray when I was broke in the quicksand. Quay Ryan with me with the chopper, call him stick, man. I ain't with the small time shit, call me big, man. He ain't never put on work, and he got soft hands. Pack just came and it's gone already, nigga. Gotta cash out and I ain't doing no credit. Bought a little pumpkin out, bought a little V-Tank. Party out of Cancun, fucking with the Coinbase. Burning on blockchain, them shit some octane. Party out of Cancun, fucking with. Hacking this shit, stealing that info, 1% tint on my window, inside the coupe, blowing on endo, got cheap prices on real good outdoor. I was in the studio, I should get out more. I was in the truck, I should get out more. These niggas took me just like Elmo, feel like the Rock. Serving people elbows, dark well money, free like a free throw. She done pop perk, now she in keep mode. Grand cool beam, put this shit in sports mode. Understand bad, 30 different zip codes. Little ass nigga can't handle these bit lows. I ain't talking Dell when I'm speaking on Frisco. Futuristic, I caught this shit Gilmore, bought it from a German. I get it in crypto, hacking this shit, looking out the window, burning on shirt. West Coast bimbo, I was broke a hill, I was in limbo. I just want to slice no bread like Kimbo. I'm part big rig at my house, then call the gang, hell empty it out. Now down bad, nobody held down. Labels off crime, so a nigga held out. If I go behind the walls, I'ma get bailed out. If you ain't tryna cop, we come same bout. Every time the gang come, shit sell out. Turn your music down when you pull in my yard. I'll punch a nigga ass out on God. Most of these niggas out here be fraud. Drop house a flash, so jumping like grass. I'll pull up in the range of a large, this a curve. Out 30 laptops in the basement hacking. VPN on it so the boys can't track it. Turning my son by the laptop to practice. Breaking them codes, my young nerds crackle. Shooting at strap, come weigh these bill. Goddamn shoes just broke another scale. My baby mama just pulled up to the jail. She gon' make sure a nigga making it bail. I just made 50K from a gateway on cyberspace from an encrypted site. Damn, I'm loving the internet life. Clean finny wallet, couldn't take my swipe. Swipe that root quit the other night. Then 2 hours later, swipe for a flight. Hacking this shit, stealing that info. 1% tint on my window, inside the coupe, blowing on endo. Got cheap prices on real good outdoor. I was in the studio, I should get out more. I was in the truck, I should get out more. These niggas took me just like Elmo, feel like the Rock. Serving people elbows, dark well money, free like a free throw. She done pop perk, now she in keep mode. Grand cool beam, put this shit in sports mode. Understand bad, 30 different zip codes. Little ass nigga can't handle these bit lows. I ain't talking Dell when I'm speaking on Frisco. Futuristic, I caught this shit Gilmore, bought it from a German. I get it in crypto, hacking this shit, looking out the window, burning on shirt. West Coast bimbo, I was broke a hill, I was in limbo. I just want to slice no bread like Kimbo. I'm part big rig at my house, then call the gang, hell empty it out. Now down bad, nobody held down. Labels off crime, so a nigga held out.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sweet.
What is going on? How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys come on in, hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. How's everybody doing this evening? How's everybody doing this evening? Just finna come on real quick, cook up about a quick hour or less. So let me get situated here. All right. Come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Shout out to Rich Jew. Shout out to Rich Jew. Representing for the crib. All in one. America, why he never stay home and preach to his own people in JA. What's JA? Is this message for me or is this message for somebody else? America, why he never stay home and preach to his own people in JA. Can somebody explain what that means to me? I don't think that's for me. I'm at home in America. Is that for me or is that for somebody? Oh, that's for somebody else? Okay. I was going to say, because that shit don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Shout out to St. Louis in the building. Shout out to Big Herm, Louisiana in the building. Shout out to William Sweet, representing Jacksonville. Great polo. Shout out to MGMs. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to what? I got no echo. Shout out to all the moderators. Work in progress. What's going on? Rich Jew, you might have to turn the reverb down, Mark. There's an echo on everything. There's an echo? Hold on. Let me see something. I think I know what's going on. Hold on. Check. Hold on. Sounds clear on my. Yeah, I'm looking at I haven't changed any settings. Yeah, I haven't changed any settings. Everybody says it sounds normal. All right, cool. I haven't changed any settings. All right, so cool. It might be on your side. All right, Rich Jew. St. Louis says it sounds like bro. All right, more people say it sounds normal, so we're gonna roll with normal. Kirk Morris, what's going on? Chicago's very own going on. Dayton, Ohio in the building. Shout out to 5 Star Logistics. Shout out to Pippi. Shout out to all the moderators. Lou Jackson. Greg Focus. What else we got? All right, boom. DJ Starboy, what's going on? Ibrahim, hey Mark, I was gone, but I am catching up on your lives. Thanks. Shout out to you, Paul Smith. Shout out to everybody that's coming on in the building. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody enjoyed the game last night. Y'all saw I came on. See, man, I'll be looking out for y'all. I'll be looking out. I gave y'all the cook up yesterday early, so did nobody miss the game. See how I timed it perfectly yesterday? See, I'll be looking out for y'all best interest. I gave y'all the cook up early so that you can enjoy the game. So shout out to everybody who rooted for the Celtics. Or if you're a Boston, fan or whatever, congratulations to you. All right. But man, I want to do a little continuation of yesterday. 5 Star said it wasn't much of a game. I didn't watch the game, so I said I was going to get off to watch the game. I did turn the TV on in the living room, and I just let the TV watch the living room furniture. I was in another part of the crib doing something else, but the TV was on. I did peek in there from time to time, and I saw that the score was pretty much one-sided, and I pretty much concluded how the game would end. But, congratulations to anybody from Boston or anybody that's a Boston Celtics fan. I want to continue the conversation from yesterday, all right? I really didn't know yesterday what I was going. Well, I did have an idea of what I wanted to talk about tonight, but I kind of, moved away from that because I still see that people don't get it, right? I still see that people don't get it. Yesterday's live stream, I don't know where it got shared to, but it got shared. It got shared, right? And I had some interesting questions come from that live stream, and listen, we're gonna cook up. So listen, don't get offended. Don't get offended if you come to the channel. Let me explain something to the people who just started watching the channel. All the OGs that's been around, you already know what it is. To y'all, you new people that's coming to the channel, listen, this is the big leagues. This is the big leagues. Over here, you in the big leagues. This is the MLB, this is the NBA, this is the NFL. When you come to this channel, this is the big leagues for box trucking. So when we give it to you, you got to accept it, especially if you on the new. You the rookie in the locker room. You the guy that's going out getting the coffee, you going out getting the donuts. When we got our side chicks in the front row, we the ones sending you to send a message to our side chicks because our wife is on the other side in the front row. You're the send-off guy. You the guy that's on the new to have to accept this, right? Because you here to learn from the veterans. So you got to accept however it is we giving it to you, got to accept it. Don't get offended, right? Because what you also have to understand is that there's a certain level of education that you should have already had prior to coming into this business. Once you get your authority, once you get your license, your authority, your DOT, your MC, you pay for your insurance, you get your truck, you in the big leagues. It's certain level of education, of things that you should already know. I don't want to hear shit. Man, Mark, I'm on the new. Hey, Mark, he knew, he just learning. Fuck all of that shit. It's certain things you should know. If that's why I tell you, yo, it's best to start from humble beginnings. I don't treat the people who start from humble beginnings when they come up here and they ask certain questions, they don't know certain things. I don't really give them the major league accountability violations like I do to people that come up here that already done went out, got their DOT, their MC, BOC3 and all that shit and actually in the shit. If you do all that shit, you in the game. And if it's certain things that you should have educated yourself on prior to getting in the game and getting into the major leagues, I'm going to hold you accountable. So you have to accept it. If not, there's other channels that are the minors, AAU, Pee Wee leagues. You can go over there. This is the majors over here. This is where the big dogs play. So you got to accept that. If I call you out and I hold you accountable, you got to accept that. You under the bright lights when you come over here. You on the main stage. Accept it. And this ain't me being cocky. I'm just telling you what, listen. The moment you feel like you go and you get your authority and all that shit, you in the game. All right, let's cook up. So yesterday I did a video. And shout out to this young man, but this is a testament to the shit that I be talking about. Somebody came into my comment section. And I let him cook. I let him cook, you know what I'm saying? And I gave him everything he wanted to know. And it looks like he went and deleted everything. Because he probably watching right now and knew I was finna get on him. Hold on. No, he didn't. I got him. I got you. So I get a comment. I'm just getting into the industry and trying to gain as much knowledge as I can from you and a lot of other creators. I see you know a lot. From what I've come across, there's a lot of freight that I have been offered hasn't been enough to cover fuel to the point I make nothing. What would be your advice? My response. Hello, what's your cost per mile? There is a lot more to factor in than just fuel. His response. The average that I've been getting offered is $1.33 per mile. For example, I caught a load from Jacksonville, Florida, Savannah, DH, to Savannah, picked up to 2 deliveries in Fort Lauderdale. That trip cost me about $340 in fuel, and it paid $840. So I believe I did okay. That load, I'm just trying to hustle and learn it all, so I'm constantly learning and watching your channel. I said, you didn't answer my question. What's your CPM? Oh, I didn't understand the question. My fault. I don't know what my cost per mile is, as I have only been running for a week, so I'm trying to gain some understanding. Listen, the moment you get your DOT, your your insurance, you go rent a truck, buy a truck, and you out here pulling loads off the load board, you in the major leagues. I don't give a goddamn if you've been running for 1 week. You should know what your operational cost is, period. I don't care if you've been running for 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day. You should know what it costs to move your truck. It's more involved than just fuel. And it's a lot of people out there that all they account for is fuel. And this is why you lose. This is why you come up here. This is why you hit the link and you don't understand why you failing. Because you don't know what it costs for you to run your business. Fuel ain't the only thing. The conversation continues. Okay, I guess I didn't understand the question. My fault, but I don't know my cost per mile as it's only been running for a week, so I'm trying to gain some understanding. You already know me. No excuses. Without knowing what it costs you to operate, you will fail. Fuel is one variable in determining what to accept. There are other fixed and variable expenses. You're operating at a loss, and I can tell you that without even looking into your books. Mark, okay, with fuel being one variable, what would you say the others would be? I am figuring it out as I determined to get it right. I will continue watching and researching and learning. I sent them a link. I didn't even respond. I sent him a link to an old video. And he thanked me. All right, so boom, we finna cook up. Why do y'all come into this business and y'all know what the fuck y'all doing? And I'm talking to who I'm talking to. So if I'm talking to you, you know that you came into this business, you got everything that you needed to get licensed to pull freight off the load board, and the only thing that you're accounting for as far as cost is fuel. Fuck your rental, fuck your insurance, your tolls, your storage to park your truck, your login subscription, your phone bill, your factoring fees, your DAT, your load board subscription, whoever you subscribe to, if you subscribe to one, if you subscribe to multiple load boards, all the costs that are associated with running your business. Just fuck all of that shit and just, okay, well, I saw a load on the board for $1,000 and it cost me $600 in fuel, so I made $400. That's why you failing. This is why you lost and you can't figure out how come the money ain't added up. And then I have to hold these accountability sessions. Everybody come on YouTube and you go here and you go. And I told you yesterday about going to all these places where these motherfuckers is pointing up at the sky and the shit is falling down and y'all think that's the only thing that you need to run a successful business. You come in, you want to do, oh man, you want to make money, you want to create. These are the reasons that y'all give me. You want to make money, you want to create generational wealth. You never going to get none of that shit because you don't even know what it costs to run your business. You say you want generational wealth, you want to come in, you want to make money, you want to change the narrative, but you're doing everything that you're not supposed to be doing. You doing the complete opposite of what you need to be doing to make all that shit that y'all want to make happen. It's like you working against yourself. You want all this shit, but you're doing everything that you're not supposed to be doing to prevent all that shit that you want from happening. This is why I say, man, a lot of y'all ain't really business people. There's no way on God's green earth you are ever going to be successful as a business individual. And I don't give a goddamn what industry you're in. If you don't know what it costs for you to operate your business, you are 100% going to fail because you don't know the money listen, how can you accept a load off the load board if you don't even know what it's costing you to operate? Can somebody substantiate that for me? Can somebody explain this to me? Because I don't get it. Somebody please in the chat substantiate to me, how can you run a business without knowing what it costs for you to run the business successfully? Mark, stop being hard. Fuck all of that. If the moment you get your DOT, your MC, you rent a truck, you buy a truck, and you start pulling loads off the load board, you in the big leagues. This is big league talk. When you go into them locker rooms and for them NBA games and them MLB games and them NFL games, have you ever been in the locker room and the pros and hear how the coaches talk to the players? They don't talk to the same way when they talk to them in the minors, in AAU, and in the Pee Wee leagues. This is the big leagues. Don't come in the big leagues if you're not ready to be held accountable. Big league accountability. You in the majors. The mistakes that you making for not understanding what it costs to run your business, these are the mistakes you make before you get licensed. These are the mistakes you make when you're doing loads off thumbtack, when you're doing gig shit, when you're doing side gigs and shit like that. When you're not licensed, you make all those mistakes. That's the learning process. You can make all the mistakes you want, but the moment you get licensed, listen, this the big leagues. So we're going to hold you accountable. Any business, you need to know what it costs for you to operate your business. I know what it costs to operate this YouTube channel, and I don't make shit from it. I know how much money I lose on this shit every month. Everything that's associated with me streaming, from the $300 internet bill to all the subscriptions and everything that it cost me to do this, I know what it cost me. I know how much I lose. The thumbnails, everything that I pay for, I have an account of it. Whether I'm making money or I'm losing money, anything that I do, I know if I'm making money, I know if I'm losing money. Mark, how did you grow your fleet? How did you get to that point? By knowing what it costs me to operate my business. I know how much I can spend, and I know what I can't spend. I know how much I need from a 3PL to cover the cost and make a profit. There's no way on God green earth, if I was running OTR, I would go on a load board and just take a load because it said $1,000. And when I go to Gas Buddy or something, I put in my vehicle and put my pickup and my destination, and it gives me an estimate of how much it's going to cost me, and then I determine if that load is if that's the load I should take based off what Gas Buddy is telling me. There's people in my comment section that base their whole operational cost just based off the fuel. And if this individual is in here, we're using you as a case study. Don't be offended. It is what it is. You getting the free cook up. So you have to accept this. It's the big leagues. I'm still waiting for somebody to substantiate that shit for me. Because I want to know, is it possible? How can you successfully run a business when you don't know what it costs for you to run the business? I got a video up that's less than 2 minutes to tell you the formula on how to determine your cost per mile. And it's not the short version, it's the long version, because I feel like people need to know the long version. People need to know what their cost per mile, their fixed cost per mile is, what their variable cost per mile is, and their total cost per mile. If you're not going to do the work, right? All the work to ensure that you're going to be a successful business owner, and success is based off if you're profitable or not. Listen, if you're not profitable, you're not successful. This is why I say, yo, you got in business to make money. You can tell me all that other bullshit you want. I'm not trying to hear it, because no one starts a business to fail. No one starts a business to lose money. You get in business to make money, and in most cases to make more money than you would make working a traditional job or in a traditional career, right? So if you're getting in business to make money, Wouldn't the wise thing to do would be do everything in your power to make sure that you are profiting? And one of those things is to make sure that you know what it's costing you to run your business. Well, is that too much? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much work? Ninety percent fail, and this is one of the reasons why. This is one of the main reasons why businesses fail. Some people would be profitable. Some people have the work ethic, the drive, everything to run a profitable business, but they don't know what it's costing them to run their business. So they do everything that doesn't benefit them. It's like working against yourself. It's like you're working to get to this point, but then you're also working against yourself at the same time. It's imperative. It's one of the main things you should know prior to coming in business. There's no excuses. I talk all the time about entering in as low as possible. And when people come in and don't know what it costs them to run a business, this is why people come in high. Listen, I'm not even going to say that shit. I'm not even going to say it. It's going to hurt some people's feelings. It's going to hurt some people's feelings. There's people in this chat right now that this message is resonating with. And in 6 months, you're not going to be here. There's people in this chat right now, in 6 months, they're not going to be here. Why? Because they're guilty of what I'm talking about right now. That's what I was going to say. So fuck it, I'm just going to say it. It's people in this chat right now that's in 6 months, by the end of this year, will be out of business. Based on statistics. Based on statistics, will not be here. Any individual that comes in, and I don't feel bad for you. Check this out. I don't feel bad for you because, like this gentleman, and hopefully he turns it around. Your first weekend, you're on the new. There are certain things that you should know brand new. I feel like there's certain things that an individual that considers themselves a business owner should know. Like, I feel like this is common sense. I feel like operational costs are something that should just be innate. That's not even something that someone should have to tell you. You should know that you should know what it should cost for you to run your business. If it costs me this much to run my business, I know that I need to be accepting things. I need to make this much. If it costs me this much to run my business, I shouldn't be accepting shit under here. I should know what my cost per mile is. I should know what my cost per mile is. How can you effectively and successfully pick loads off the load board if you don't even know what your cost per mile is? We still have yet, so we over 2 years, right? We are, 24, May, June, 26 months on YouTube, and I still have yet for one person to come up and I ask them what their CPM is, and they've told me. Not one. Now, I'm not saying people don't know it, but everybody that's hit that link and come up, whether it be testimonials, whether it be drop the link, whether it be the call-in show, not one person. And we've had hundreds of people come up over the course of the past 2 years. Not one. Still waiting on one. We've had people give cost per miles, but it was very shaky and uncertain, and I called them out. You could tell a person that really knows their cost per mile. And everybody that threw out a number, we pulled it out of them that wasn't it. They just threw a number out there. And what happens with most of those people that come up that don't know it? We never hear from them again. We never hear from them again. Because one, either they fail, or two, they're shamed, or a combination of both. Because they didn't expect that. How you going to get shamed? Well, you should be ashamed. But there's a key word this gentleman used in the back and forth, and the key word, and if you're watching this is not we're using you as a case study right now. We're using you as a case study. You use a key word that I always tell people, you shouldn't use, and this is how I can determine how serious a person takes it. And the first, dialogue, at the beginning of the dialogue, where is it at here? Where is it at? Right here. It says the average that I have been getting offered is $1.33 per mile. For example, I caught a load from Jacksonville, Florida to Savannah, deadhead to Savannah, pickup to deliver to Fort Lauderdale. That trip cost me $340 in fuel, and it paid $840. So I believe I did okay. And that low, I'm just trying to hustle and learn. Man, this ain't no hustle. This is business. You got to get your mind frame out of that hustle mentality and use the proper verbiage. When you use the proper verbiage, when you put yourself in the proper mindset, you're going to utilize the proper verbiage. The mindset ain't there. This ain't no hustle. This is business. And see, this is what happens. Now we finna really get into the nitty gritty, and people feelings about to get hurt. When you come in a business, and I don't care what stage you are in business, there's certain things and a time frame you do have to learn. But that time frame is very small, right? Knowing what it costs you to run your business, you're supposed to know that from day one. Or don't come into business. Stay under the table, learn it. It's okay when you under the table. This is the major leagues. You get licensed, you out here pulling off the low board, you in the majors. You're supposed to know what it costs you to run your business. What happens when you come out here and you don't know what it costs you to run your business? You're going to continue to lose, right? You're going to continue to work against yourself. But while you're working against yourself, you're going to have other people that know what it costs to run their business are going to continue to step on your neck. You're not going to be able to compete. You too busy competing against yourself. You working backwards. You working to get ahead, but you working to hold yourself down all at the same time. And this is why you can't grow. And you come to me trying to figure out where the money is at. How come you ain't making no money? The box truck business sucks. The rates are trash. No, the rates are trash. This is why I always say the rates ain't trash. There's a combination of reasons why the rates aren't trash. One, because they're normal. So the rates aren't trash. They're not low because they're normal. I've never seen a low rate. I've always seen the rates be consistent. The only time I've ever seen the rates change was during the pandemic. The only time I've ever seen the rates really change one way or another was during the pandemic, and they went up. And then after the pandemic, they corrected themselves, right? But this is why people say this goofy, this dumbass shit, because they don't know what they're doing. And I prove it to you every single time, over and over and over and over and over again. It has nothing to do with the rates. It's always the individual. It has nothing to do with the rates. It's always the individual, because the individual doesn't know how to run a successful business. Because if it was the rate, there wouldn't be people out here that are profiting. There wouldn't be people that would be out here that's winning. There wouldn't be people out here succeeding. How are the people succeeding? The people that are succeeding know what it costs them to operate their business. And that's just the bottom line. Cut and dry. People blame everybody and everything except themselves. When it comes to business, when you become a business owner, when the business succeeds, you can take the credit. When the business fails, you got to take that credit too. So if your business is failing, you need to figure out why your business is failing. The business is failing because it has something to do with you. It has nothing to do with the rates. It has nothing to do with the industry. You know why? Because when things happen in the industry, as a business owner, it's your job to transition or do whatever you have to do to adjust. If you don't adjust, it's your fault. You want to take the credit when the business is doing good. You got to take the credit when the business is doing bad. Either way, it's on you. It's your business. DJ Star said the broker's going to take advantage of you when you don't know your cost per hour. Absolutely, as they should. Check this out. If I was a broker and my paycheck was based on the loads that I sell, and me understanding that as a broker, I'm going to try to make as much money as possible, as I should. So if I come across ignorant box truckers or truckers who don't know what it costs them to run their business, I'm going to ultimately take advantage. It's business. It's not personal. It's not unethical. It's business. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you don't know how to run your business and I know how to run mine. I'm not going to help you be a better business owner. That's your job. This is a cutthroat industry. You talking about a person who's working off commission and you think they're going to tell you, man, you should, man, what's your cost per mile, dog? This ain't, you shouldn't take this, man. I'm going to help you out, man. I'm going to help you out, man. I'm going to take food out my mouth. I'm going to take food off my table and I'm going to help you, man, because I could tell you just don't know what you're doing, man. So I'm just going to take the time. Let me ignore the rest of these truckers that are calling in. Let me just take the time and help you, man. All right, man. Here, man, I'm going to help you with your cost per mile. You think they finna do that for you? No, they're going to take advantage of you, as they should. As they should. The same way I told you how the brokers take advantage of you, the same way I told you how the rental truck account managers take advantage of you because you go in there running your mouth too much, talking about, man, I just, got my DOT and my MC, man. I'm starting my box truck business, man. So I'm calling to get some rates, man. I'm a new box truck owner, man. Starting my business, running your mouth because you so happy that you got a DOT and an MC. So they take advantage of you. These guys are working off commission. They're not they're not working in the best interest of you. Nobody's working in the best interest of you. It's your job to work in the best interest of yourself and your business. There's no camaraderie in business. There's no friends in business. Those same loads that you competing for, right? It's other people looking at those loads. That's why you competing. May the best person win, right? And the broker is trying to make sure he sells it at a price point where he's profiting as well. He wants to sell it to the lowest bidder. With you understanding that on the other end, it's in your best benefit, in your best interest to make sure that your operation cost is low as possible, right? How can you compete and how can you win when you don't even know what your operation cost is to be able to compete? And this is why you say, oh, somebody sent me some screenshot the other day with people in a whatever Facebook group complaining or some shit about something on something, the rates. And listen, if your cost of operation is high, that's on you. You can't get mad at the next person because their operation cost is a lot lower than yours. But this is why you need to know what it costs you to operate your business so that you know how to compete. This is something that we go over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Over and 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 over again. But this is why 90% fail and 10% succeed. I don't know why people think like business is like this like buddy friendship thing or something like that. It's not. If we're in competition, if I'm in competition with you, I'm trying to win. If there's a load there and me or you going out for that load, the person who bids the lowest is going to win. I need to know how low I can go without hurting myself, right? And still being able to profit from it. Do that by making sure my cost is low, as low as possible, and understanding what it costs for me to operate. It's the only way you're going to win in this game. It's the only way you're going to win. It's the only way you're going to succeed. That's the only way you're going to thrive. That's the only way you're going to grow. I don't know what these other people tell you, but I've always kept it a buck with you. I give you the cold hard reality. It's not hard. People make it hard. It's simple as that. This is the reason why I constantly show you the reason why day in and day out of why people fail. Has nothing to do with the rates. Rates can't listen. The rates are the rates. People fail because of themselves. For this reason, this is one of the main reasons that I'm giving you an example of today. This is why the reason people fail, and this is why a lot of people fail just like that. They in and they out just like that. If you come in at the very beginning and like this person said, well, man, I'm new. And that don't mean shit. You're supposed to know what it costs you to run your business from the very moment you start your business. Period. There's no ifs, ands, buts, maybes, exceptions, nothing. And this is why people fail. James, you saw how he was in and out. Other people that have come up and hit the link, in and out, in and out, in and out. They don't even last a full quarter. We've had people that come up that don't even last a month. Why? Because from the very first day they took their very first load, they were operating at a loss because they didn't know what it cost to operate their business. They're running off hope. Hope ain't gonna get you there. Hope ain't gonna get you there. from the very beginning. And if you're not at that point, do yourself a favor. Don't go to the FMCSA website. Don't apply for a DOT. Don't apply for an MC. Don't do none of that shit. Don't do it. It's not for you. You're not ready. You're not him. You're not that guy. You're not a business owner. Listen, if you don't know what it costs you to run your business, you're not one of those types. You're not him. You're not her. You're not one of those guys. Business owners know what it costs to operate. Like I don't listen. Like this is why I be trying to figure out. I really be trying to figure out. Do I be tweaking? Because like I'm like, damn, it can't be this many people that really don't understand. How do you start a business to make money, but you do everything in your power to prevent yourself from making money? How do you start a business to make money, but you do everything in your power to prevent yourself from making money? I just don't understand it. Y'all make it seem like fucking building a business is a fucking miracle or some shit. Like that's not a fucking miracle. Do what you're supposed to do and it'll happen. Work hard, do what you're supposed to do, know what it costs for you to operate your business, continue to work hard and it'll happen. Simple. It's not difficult. Keep God first, focus on your business, let everything else come after that. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Properly prepared. Just like the gentleman the other day I showed y'all yesterday. No business plan. What I need a business plan for? So you mean to tell me you don't want to plan for you don't want to create a plan for your business? Without a plan, like, how do you know which direction you want to go? What do you want to do? You want to do OTR? You want to do final mile? You want to do curbside? You want to do Amazon? You don't even have a plan. Well, what I need a plan for? It's not like I'm getting a loan from the bank. So do me a favor. Check this out. This channel is for people who are serious about business. Serious about growing, serious about learning, serious about making money. If you want to start a business to fail, then this ain't the channel for you. Do what you feel like you need to do. I invite you to unsubscribe because we're not the channel. This is not the channel for you. If you're serious about learning business and making money, right, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, then this is the channel for you. If you're not going to do what you're supposed to do and you want to come holler and I find out you're not doing what's in the best interest of your business, we're going to put you in this circle. We're going to hold you accountable. I've never seen so many people start a business to give money away. Like, that's basically what you're doing. When you don't know what it costs you to run your business, you're basically starting a business to ultimately donate to other businesses. You're donating to the rental truck companies. You're donating to the finance company. You're donating to the insurance company. You're donating to the fuel companies that you fill your trucks up for your diesel. You're donating to Motive. You're donating to Pilot. You're donating to Flying J. You're donating to the factoring company. You're donating to the brokers because they're taking more money because you don't know how to negotiate. You don't even know that you can negotiate. You're donating to everybody. You're just donating. Whatever little money you got in the kitty for cash flow, after you spend money on your initial cost to get up and going, whatever you have left is a donation. And depending on how much money you have, right, for cash flow after your initial startup cost, is going to determine how long of a period you're going to have to donate. Some people got 30 days to donate. Some people have less than 30 days. Some people got 90 days. Some people got 120. Some people got 180. It all depends on how long your donation pot is. You a donator. You're not a business owner. You came in, you started a business to donate to all these other businesses. And if you feel that that's you, then change the narrative. You can't consider yourself a business owner if you don't know what it costs for you to operate your business. And that's why you start, you got 50,000, it costs you, let's say 30,000 to start up, you got 20,000 in the pot, and you see that 20,000 dwindling down. And you working, you picking up loads here, dropping them off there, picking up loads here, dropping off there. There's income coming in, but it doesn't seem to replace the amount of money that's going out. Well, man, I'm doing the work. I'm picking the loads. I went on the load board, and that load, I picked that load for $1,200, and I drove from New Jersey to California. I should have made some money on it. Why did I make money? It seemed like it was a good load. It was $1,200. I started with 20,000. Now I'm down to 10. You a donator, not a business owner. You are a donator. Everybody see you coming. You go into the rental truck, they see you a donator. The brokers know you a donator. Your competition see you a donator. The finance company, when you went in and you bought that truck and you went through an equipment leasing company, they took the donation. Your insurance broker took your donation. Motive took they sold you on some shit that you didn't even need. You donated to them. You what we call around the way a Vic. No pun intended. No pun intended. Listen, I mean, no pun intended. You from the crib, y'all from the city, y'all know. We consider you a Vic. No pun intended. Listen, no smoke. If you from Chicago, you know what we call, No pun intended. No pun intended. No pun intended. It is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. Take it how you take it, but I'm keeping it a buck with you. See, ain't nobody else gonna tell you this shit. They not gonna tell you. They not gonna give it to you the way I'm giving it to you. They're not gonna give it to you, straight up like this, because they want you to like them and continue to hit the like button and all that shit. I don't care about this shit. If you a donator, it's probably best that, because you ain't gonna really like it over here. Because the shit that I'm telling you, not gonna like to hear it no way. The shit that I kick is gonna sound like it's too much work. It's gonna sound too hard. I'm not telling you that you're gonna make a gazillion bucks in a box truck. I'm not telling you, all the shit that you want to hear, which is the reason why you went out and you did all the shit that you did without knowing what it cost you to run your business in the first place. I'm gonna tell you the shit that you need to hear. I'm gonna tell you the shit that you don't want to hear, so that when you get into those situations, you heard it, even though you didn't want to hear it. Damn, Mark talked about this. Now you know how to maneuver out of it or maneuver around it. You can see it coming. But the one thing that you gonna always remember, because this is the one thing that I always drive home, week in, week out, every time I do a live stream, I always say you need to know what it costs you to run your business. And it's listen, the technology is what's fucking a lot of people up. Technology, back in the day, you used to see business owners have these big green ledgers. It's pages where you have to put everything in manually. You don't see ledgers no more. But back in the day, every single expense would go in a ledger. And business owners took it very, very seriously back in the day. Now, people don't even, people are so lazy now. They don't even manage their own books for their own business. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. So continue to do what's not in the best interest for you. Continue to work against yourself. And you're going to continue to get the same results that you've been getting. That's just the bottom line. The moment you start doing what's in best interest for yourself, the moment you'll start seeing the results. You got to do the work with it too. Hopefully it's not too late. Because if you're in business like this gentleman, and young man, if you're watching, don't listen. You're a case study for the day. But if you're already in this business and you don't know about cost per mile, you admit it, you don't know what your cost per mile, you've already said you only factor in fuel as far as the cost based on, and that determines what loads you pick and what loads you don't pick. There's also a high probability that your cost of entry is very, very high. So even if I took the time and sat down with this gentleman and did his cost per mile, it's a high probability because he didn't do what he was supposed to do coming in, right? Prior to coming in, his cost of entry is very, very high. He probably either has a high box truck rental with a high mileage rate, or he probably bought a truck with a equipment leasing loan. Probably has a high insurance rate. Because if you're in already and you don't know what your cost per mile is, there's a high probability that you didn't enter correctly. Because you didn't even understand that you should come in with the low cost of entry. You didn't understand that the margins in this business are small. A lot of people get fooled by what they see on the internet. Get a box truck, get loads on a load board. They see screenshots of influencers putting these loads on a load board for 200 miles paying $20 million. And I'm exaggerating, but you guys know where I'm going with this. And then they think it's that simple. Oh, I can work for myself. All I got to do is back into a loading dock. And man, I can go 200 miles and make $20 gazillion. Oh man, let me go get a box truck and run it up. And then they go do everything. When the creator tells them to get the DOT, the MC, the BOC3, all that shit, they point at the fucking screen and shit, that shit dropping down. They go do all those little simple steps. And then when they get their ass out here in the belly of the beast, they're like, whoa, where's the money at? Then they start scrambling on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook groups and shit like that. And most of the time, when they start doing that, they run into more misinformation. And it's sad. And all this could have been prevented if they would have did what was in the best interest of them initially, prior to even coming in. I showed y'all my books from my early stages, handwritten, notebooks of them for every single month, and I still have them. I show them to you guys from time to time. We go through them sometimes. You see the receipt stapled to the back. And this is why I grew. It's simple. Can you still join your YouTube membership? Yep, just hit the join button. DJ Starboy saying no hoping out here. I had a friend new in the trucking industry, took a load from Denver to Florida for 56 cents per mile, but heard 1,200 and jump on it. Now he's saying brokers are evil. Exactly. Broker ain't evil. Broker took advantage of the fact that he didn't know how to run his business, as the broker should. As the broker should. Martin, you shouldn't say that, man. Brokers are evil. Listen, it's up to you to know how to run your business. People gonna take advantage of you. If I was a broker, if I was a broker, I'm trying to eat. If I see you a sucker, I'm gonna take advantage of you. I'm not gonna have no problem taking advantage of you because it's not unethical. I'm selling you a load. If you don't negotiate, that's on you. What that got to do with me? And you would do the same thing. I don't have no problem stepping on people's neck. I stepped on people's necks throughout my whole career. I use leverage. Y'all seen, I've showed you emails of me negotiating with people. 3PLs. I use leverage. I know what my strong points are, and I utilize my strong points to my advantage. And, unfortunately, there are going to be, independent contractors at that particular time but that's just business. These independent contractors, they had the same 24 hours in a day that I did to do what was in the best interest of their business. Whether it be educating themselves, whether it be delaying their gratification so that they can build, so that they could have leverage, whether it be educating themselves on the art of negotiation, whatever it is to put them in a better position to make their business stand out more and be able to compete more so that they can continue to grow. I don't feel bad for nobody. We talked about it yesterday, free enterprise. This is America, free enterprise. Burger King can open up right across the street from McDonald's. And see, this is the harsh reality that a lot of people coming into business don't understand. They think everything is camaraderie and buddies and friends and shit like that. Listen, business individual. There's no friends, there's no camaraderie. It's free enterprise. You ain't the only person that's got a box truck that's looking for loads. So you have to put yourself in the best position so that you can win. Always think, it's Burger King right across the street from McDonald's. It's free enterprise. McDonald's could have been there first, or Burger King could have been there first. But if the lot across the street go up for sale, McDonald's can buy the lot and build a McDonald's right there, right across the street from Burger King. And there's nothing Burger King can do about it. It's free enterprise. So my CPM is 89 cents a mile, but the low is 110 a mile. Is it worth it? That's up to you. If your CPM is 89 cents a mile and you feel like that profit the profit that you have running at $1.10, right? That 21 cents a mile, if you feel like 21 cents a mile is good for you, then it's good for me. If you don't feel like that 21 cents a mile is not good for you, then that's up to you. Where are you going? Where are you going from? Where are you going to? Is it a one pick, one drop, or is it a partial? There's a lot of other factors that you have to factor into that. You can't just ask me, oh, is this 21 cents a mile? Is it good? Where are you going? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? One pick, one drop. Is it part of a partial route? There's other variables that you have to factor into that. To do everything the right way and still make ignorant decisions, I no longer feel sorry for you. I thank you. You keep the logistics food chain going. To do everything the right way and still make ignorant decisions. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you listen, man, listen. I tell you this. There's plenty of box trucks out there. The brokers, the insurance companies, the diesel fuel stations, the motive, the 3PLs, the shippers, they don't care if you fail. You know why? Because there's plenty of yous out there. And that's what people need to realize. There's plenty of box trucks out there. And every day as people exit, there's new people coming in. More reason you got to do what's in the best interest of you and make sure that you're doing everything in your power to get ahead and succeed. Fonzo the trucker, what's good? What's good? FTS said, man, people just want a truck to post on IG with them next to it. Everything after that is up in the air. I definitely agree with you. That's why I always talk about the box truckers that go rent the truck and then they sit on the hood and they pose like this. And then the caption, new business owner alert. That's what they more focused on than knowing their cost per mile or knowing what their operational cost is. They more concerned about the flex and the notoriety that comes with owning your own business. Let me see. One of the best thing is to start simple and then make move by a truck when you buy. I think the hardest reality to swallow is this. Everybody want to get into this industry half-assed, wanting to rent a truck to see if it works, which is fair. But now your cost is much higher. Those first 180 days are hell. The best thing to do is start simple, then move to buy a truck. When you buy, if you can pay in full, you'll be able to have more leverage. Rentals are the best for dedicated lanes because you are able to know exactly how many miles you're going to put in. You can leverage cost per mile where you win. Coming in fresh, blind equals fair plus that. I agree. I think in layman's term, he's saying the same thing that I say. It's best to start off small and work your way up. And I say it time and time again. And the case study that we're using today is just even further example of why I think people need to start from humble beginnings and work their way up. When you come and you rent that, when you come and you get into this industry, you get your authority and you start your business and you jump out here and you have no prior knowledge or training or, any occurrences in this industry, it's going to be tough. I think you should start small, very small, from humble beginnings. Start in your car, work your way up maybe to a cargo van, work your way up from there maybe to a 26-foot box truck. When you come in this 26-foot box truck thing, it's very advanced. It's very advanced. listen, picking loads off the load board, there's a science to it. And a lot of people don't, it's a science to it, it's an equation to it, right? The formula is your cost per mile for the equation. And a lot of people don't know that the formula. They don't know their cost per mile. They don't know what it costs to operate the business. And this is why they fail, and it becomes repetitive, and I have to keep coming on here saying the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. There's a lot more to just getting a truck, renting a truck, getting your DOT, getting your authority, renting a truck, and then going on a load board. This guy isn't the only person who factors in fuel for their costs and think that's it. There's a lot of people like that. And to me, I always have to like, man, you know what, Mark? A lot of people ain't mentally inclined as you are when it comes to business, right? And when I say it, not based on my experience, just from the beginning, I just had a level of business, and certain things I feel is just common sense, man. Certain things I feel is just common sense. From the very early stages, before I was even licensed, I showed you my books in notebooks, stacks of notebooks. I understood at the beginning I needed to keep account for what was going out. I wanted to know how much money I was making. The whole purpose of knowing what it costs you to run your business is to know if you're losing or making money. P&L, profit or loss. Why? How are you? I want to know how much money I'm making. After doing 3-4 moves, I would still bring my black ass home, as tired as I was, and put everything into them notebooks. When I was out on them trucks, when I removed myself from the trucks, obviously I could keep up with them in real time as crews closed out jobs on the trucks. But when I was on the truck, I would have to still come home and do those books, right? Because if I let it carry over to the next day and carry over, was going to get behind, right? So I did it every single day. This is why you saw it. You see I had the straight lines. I would take a ruler, truck 1, ruler, truck 2, ruler, truck 3. The people that have been following time, you see me show those early notebooks from time to time. Take a ruler, line, truck 1, truck 2, truck 3. Line, Andre, Headley, KT, this person, that person, Rob, this person. Line, job 1. How many hours total? Job 2, how many hours total? Line. Cost, staple all the receipts that cost for that day, staple them to the back of that paper. This cost, that cost, whatever cost. Deductions, labor deductions, cost deductions. Okay, this truck netted this much. This truck netted this much. This truck netted that much. Line, total all 3 net up, big number at the bottom, circle total. Well, man, I made $1,800 this day net. Why would you not want to know what you making? I want to make more money. I need to see where I need to cut at. How can I determine where I need to cut at? How can I determine if I need to cut? How can I work to increase my profit margins if I don't have a full breakdown of what's coming in and what's going out? How can I know if I need to cut or where I need to cut if I don't have a full breakdown of what's coming in and what's going out? To the T. Come on, man. I would have never scaled the way I scaled if I didn't have account for every single thing. The reason why I had the success is because I knew what was coming in, what was going out. I knew how to make money. I knew how to keep costs down. I showed y'all literally pictures of me in my early 30s at my warehouse washing my own trucks. When I realized, man, I got all these trucks and I'm sending them to the truck wash, spending $40, $50 for each truck to get washed. I sent somebody to Menards, got a power wash. I got my own warehouse. Why the fuck am I sending trucks to the fucking truck wash, paying $40 and $50 to get the trucks washed when I got a warehouse? I sent somebody to Menards, spent $300 on a power washer. Instead of paying somebody, I washed my own damn trucks. I cut money there. I wash my own damn blankets. If I didn't go to the laundromat and sit my black ass in the laundromat one of them days, I was in Genesis, my assistant. I'll get in the van that y'all see that I had wrapped with the white guy. I load up all the blankets for the trucks that didn't run or whatever. I take it to the nearest laundromat. I buy rolls of quarters and say, here, sit here, call me when you're done. We're going to come back and get you. Or I would sit there on a Sunday. I would go to the yard on a Sunday when a lot of those trucks wasn't running, right? The moving trucks would be running, but a lot of those dedicated trucks didn't run. A lot of those Office Depot trucks, the select trucks would run, right? But a lot of those trucks, those dedicated Monday through Friday trucks, they were parked. This was the opportunity for me to wash the blankets. I would do that on Sundays. I never had a day off. There was always something to do. I would go sit my black ass in the laundromat and wash blankets. Could have paid somebody to do it, but you know what? If I do it, I ain't got to pay nobody. Go to Walmart, they blankets. I ain't got to get the expensive Gain or Tide. I get the cheapest detergent, right? Because I'm just washing the blankets, getting the dust out. These blankets are doing, a lot of jobs. I just want to make sure that everything is clean. Get the cheapest detergent. The Purex or whatever is the cheapest, the great value. Get a roll of quarters, sit there, find the biggest machines that I could stuff as many blankets. Probably I would normally take up about 4 or 5 washing machines and about 8, 9 dryers. And then after everything was dry, guess what? I had to sit there and fold them all. Then guess what? I had to take them all out to the van. Then guess what? When I got back to the yard, I had to count them out individually and put them back on each individual truck. And guess what? That would take all day on Sunday. The blankets that I felt were worn, I would remove those, put those in the warehouse or toss them, then take inventory of how many blankets were removed and replace those, because I would keep bundles of extra blankets, and then the bundles of extra blankets I would keep, I would take inventory on what I needed to replace. This is all day on Sunday. My Memorial Day, my 4th of July, my Labor Day, truck washing days. My holidays were consumed with washing trucks. One by one, I would pull each truck in, power wash it, take all the blankets, all the shit out. Not only the outside, I would power wash the cargo area too. Let it dry. By the time I go through all the trucks, then I go back into the first truck I started. The inside would be dry now. Then I can stack all the equipment back in there, put the blankets back in there, strap them to the wall, make the truck nice and neat, and then go to the next truck, do the same thing. This is what being a business owner entails. Mark, why you up here on the holiday doing this, man? You could pay somebody to do this now. I'd rather keep the money. I'd rather keep the money. It's got to get done. I don't trust the fact that somebody is going to actually show up on a holiday and spend their holiday doing it. But you know what? I know I'm going to show up. So at 6 o'clock in the morning on those 3 holidays, I would only wash the trucks 3 times a year. Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day. The vans would get washed more frequently throughout the winter, right? Because we could just take them to the hand car wash, so we could pull the vans all the way in, right? And they wouldn't take up too much space. But the trucks, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. Anywhere I could cut cost, I cut it. But guess what? All those expenses, blankets being washed, laundromat, all that shit, it cost. These were expenses. You don't grow a fleet not knowing what it costs you to run your business. You'll never get a chance to grow it because you're losing money. You're not making no money. To start with nothing, to grow to that many trucks, that many employees, you know what you're doing. So when I tell people, and I keep reiterating over and over and over and over and over, that you need to know what it costs to operate your business, this is the key to success. I'm telling you this from experience. You need to be OCD when it comes down to your books. If you illiterate, you need to find somebody that knows how to count. If you're illiterate, you need to find somebody that knows how to read. Ain't no excuses. You need to know what it costs for you to operate your business. This is one of the major keys to success. Because you need to know if you're making money or not making. Obviously, you're going to know you're not making money because you steady running, you got revenue coming in, but your money pile ain't growing. So even if you are profit, you may not be delaying your gratification. You may be spending too much money on shit you don't even know where you need to cut cost at. Because you have no account for what's coming in and what's going out. You know why I did a lot of shit myself? Like when y'all see me washing my own trucks and why I go to the laundromat and shit. Because when shit starts getting critical, who do you think gets affected? Me. At the end of the day, you think I'm operating that many trucks with that many employees, a warehouse and an office staff to make a little fucking money? No, I want to make 6 figures. And I don't want to make 100. The minimum I want to make is 200,000 or more, right? So whatever I need to do to ensure that I'm making 200,000, my company can afford to pay me $200,000 a year for working 7 days a week, sometimes not even going home to the point where I can get a full night's sleep, to have to deal with the stress of, different personalities, to have to walk around with 3 fucking phones, to have to settle disputes, to have to talk to this 3PL, talk to that 3PL, talk to this customer, talk to that customer. Deal with middle mile carriers coming to the warehouse. Got a whole moving company, trucking company, final mile trucking company, and a U-Haul business. Got U-Haul. It's the first of the month. So now I'm busy with moving. My own trucks are busy with moving. And then I got a line of people here to rent U-Haul trucks too. And I got final mile shit that's got to go out. I got a lot of shit going on. Right? So with all this shit that I got going on, I have to make sure that my cost is low, because if anybody makes the sacrifice, it's going to be me. And I don't want to make the sacrifice. I want to make sure that my paycheck is still where it needs to be. I can't tell worker A or worker B or worker C or worker D. I went and got all the trucks washed, and it turned out to be a lot more than what I expected. Then we got the blankets washed, and the pit bulls needed a checkup, and they needed some shots that came out to $1,800. We just had a lot of expenses this pay period that I wasn't expecting. So, I want to make sure that my margin stays where it's at. So I'm going to have to, I know you did the work, but I'm not going to pay you for all the work that you did. In 2017, when I started cross-docking, and my accounts receivables was just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. We were doing a lot of work, but a lot of money was being owed to us from nonstop, right? My accounts receivables. The work that was being completed, the employees got paid. That was the first year where I had instances where I wasn't able to pay myself. The money got recouped, right? Eventually, because the work was done. It was just the accounts receivables, the way they paid, like they didn't cut the check for certain deliveries until they got paid. So I recouped all the money, but it had got to the point where when the workload really picked up, we were doing so many deliveries, and Home Depot was just notorious. I think the net on that was like net 90 or net 180 or some shit like that, net 120. Man, I didn't see that money for months later. But all those pickups and all those deliveries, the guys got paid for it. So it was the trucking company's cash flow paying for it. When it got rough towards the third quarter of the year for us paying all that out in cash flow, the moving company had to chip in. And then in cases I had to go in my personal reserves and loan that trucking company money to cover shit. I got my money back. But that's business. I knew what we were doing down to the T, and I knew what that particular account owed us in accounts receivable. It's a company right now still owe me 11 grand. This company been owing me 11 grand since December of 2017. You're supposed to know what's going out, what's coming in, what's owed, accounts receivable, accounts payable. Even if you got a CPA, you should still have this information in-house as well. There's programs that you can utilize now, QuickBooks. There's other work management software programs that you can subscribe to. And all these are write-offs. If you need assistance in managing your books, then invest into these. I mean, it's 2024. Like, you don't have to get the old green ledger like back in the day and them little bitty lines put every single expense down. You can literally go on your phone and do this shit in real time. This shit is easy now. The main reason a lot of people fail is because they don't know what the fuck they're doing as far as they cost. They don't know their cost per mile. They don't know what their operational cost is. They don't even understand this shit prior to coming into this business. And this is why you fail. This is why 90% of people fail. This is one of the main reasons, and this is why I reiterate it over and 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 over again. And pardon, if you don't know what it costs you to run your business, I'll bet you your business. If you don't know what it costs you to run your business, you are 100% going to fail. And this ain't me being pessimistic. It's not me being cruel. It's not me being harsh. It's not me being negative. It's facts. There's no way you're going to succeed if you don't even know what it costs you to run your business. That's it. Stop doing everything that's like you working against yourself. What's the purpose of starting a business? You want to start a business to donate. That shit don't even make no sense to me. You want to be part of the 90% or you want to be a part of the 10%? And if it ain't that, you might be making money, but then you doing all the dumb shit. Going out buying cars that you can't even afford yet. Going renting condos and apartments that you can't even afford. Now understand that you got to delay your gratification. Just tweaking. I wish YouTube would have existed as far as live streaming. I would have known about this shit in 2010. I wish I could have documented my whole process from the beginning to the end. It's easy for me to tell you. It's easy for you to see pictures and I can take you down memory lane through photos and videos and shit like that. But if I could have showed you this shit in real time, you would have really seen what it took. It's easy to have employees come up and tell you stories. But if I would have been able to do this shit in real time, you would have really seen what it took. A lot of people don't really all the way really understand what it really takes. I just listen to the ignorant shit people say. And this is how I tell who really got it and who really don't. I could just listen to what the ignorance out of some people's mouth. Some of the shit that people say, I'm, oh no, they ain't got it. You ain't got the sacrifice, the drive, the tenacity. You don't want to delay your gratification. You don't want to do none of the shit that you supposed to do to get to that end goal that you're trying to get to. Include knowing what it costs you to run your business. I already showed and proved and did everything that I need to do to show you that it can be done. It can be done, but what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up? Choices and decisions, right? Business, it's okay to take losses. We all take losses. And Lord knows I done took my share of losses. But guess what? You got to take more wins than losses. There's no way in business that you're going to take more losses than wins and succeed. You're going to take losses, but you got to take more wins than losses. And if you're not doing everything in your power to make sure that you're taking more wins than losses, then no, that type of shit, you can't teach nobody that shit. That shit gotta be in a person. That shit gotta be in a person. That shit gotta be in you. That dog gotta be in you to listen. It's gotta be in you, man. Like that. Like I can't teach you how to go out here and get it. As far as it being you actually physically going out here, I can give you all the tools and shit for the experience and all the smart brain shit, but you physically going out and doing the work, I can't like do that for you. I can't hold your hand, wake you up, pull you out of bed, tell you nah, you can do a little more, nah, take one more job for the day, nah, keep pushing, man. Still more hours in a day. Where's Kelvin at? Where's Kelvin at? Is Kelvin in here? Hopefully he's working. Just like him the other week. Got to hold him accountable again. $16 more hours in a day. And you in a situation where you need to be working until your feet hurt, till your hands hurt, till you barely can keep your eyes open. Man, shit, man, please, man. I did moves to 1, 2 in the morning, out at 6 a.m., not coming back to the yard till 1, 2 in the morning the next day. Get to a third move at the end of the day. It's a move from hell, the type of move that should have been started first thing in the morning. We starting at third move of the day after doing 2 moves at 5 o'clock, not finishing till 1 a.m. Then got to drive all the way back to the yard. Then got to drive all the way back home just to get back up at 5:30, 6 in the morning. Body stiff to do it all over again. Man, my movers didn't show up. I know it's late, but man, my lease is up. I got to be out at midnight. It's a new tenant moving in first thing in the morning. I've had people call me crying on the phone in the evening. This is back in the day when I'm on the truck. Please, whatever. Man, I done did 3 moves. I'm tired. We halfway to the yard. Man, what y'all want to do? Man, somebody on the phone, they saying their movers didn't show up. Well, man, you the driver. If you turn the truck around, we ain't got no choice but to do it. Man, you know what? We did 3 moves today. We kind of tired. If we come, it's going to be at a premium. Man, I don't have no choice. I got to have my shit out by midnight. I give them a price. I ain't got no choice. Y'all on the way? I hopped off at the next exit, went over the overpass, hopped on the expressway going back from the direction we just came from. This is early Mark. This is the Mark that's hungry. This ain't the warehouse Mark. This ain't 15 trucks Mark. This ain't 30 and 35 employees Mark. This ain't $1 million a year Mark. This is humble Mark in a Penske truck who got a vision that understands in order to make this vision happen, I need more cash liquidity. And if there's opportunities on the table, I'm not in a position at that particular moment to turn anything away. So on my way back up there, let me stop. Let me stop and get a Red Bull, get a 5-hour energy, throw some cold water on my face, smack myself a few times, muster up some little strength and energy, and go get this last job done. And always, them jobs will be jobs from hell. Them jobs that you start at 8, 9 o'clock at night after you've did 3 jobs throughout the day. You already drenched in sweat. It's a hot summer day. Your shirt is soaked. Your drawers is soaked. You just soaking wet from sweat and perspiration. But you got a customer back in the day that's paying me double or triple hourly than what we would normally charge. And I'm able to compensate the workers for even staying out with me handsomely, because I need to encourage them to get through the job, and I also need to encourage them that they still got to get their ass up and come to work the next morning. This is what entrepreneurship is. This is what entrepreneurship is at the very early stages. And this ain't no bullshit. This ain't no inspiration. This is what it is. This is why when I hear people talk shit that they think they talking shit, they really it's laughable to me.
Shot with that stick like I'm playing, so hacking my bitch got a face in the donkey. She cocky, I ballin' as I do not have to clock it. It one in the head, I do not have to cock. Try spot in the projects I made in my office. We deep in it, bitch, burning cake in this fire. Got Carters and cafes, I'm drinking on coffee. When I hit the east, I get treated like Gandhi. Keep us my circle, these niggas get mixed. Need some more riders, I'm trying to get busy. I need some more flour, I need about 50. To find a real nigga, I fit the description. Cartier bifocals with the prescription. Know about the growing shit, I don't have a wisdom. Count up at 80 by watching the Simpsons. Find about Ben on Lamar and the Ravens. We super strong niggas ran and raving. Stealing for cows, we push up and take it. Plug on deliver, he personally bring it. You need 100, then I can arrange it. Fucking on popular bitches who famous. Crib out a million with 30K base. Before we go swipe, we gon' cover our face. Fly for that bag, then it's off to the race. Before it grows, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We having racks and the bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Ain't got no love for a snake to get murdered. Youngest with me, they gon' crash like a server. Them niggas throwed off, you know they berserkers. Weighing the Play-Doh, I eatin' a burger. Go hit the east, I get treated like Trump. Suck 30 pounds of the shrooms to the gump. Big money hit the rotunda for lunch, but the test was diamonds, you probably a flunk. Louis, New York, I get sent to the back. Exclusive drip, this is not on the rack. You smell this shit before it come out the vat. Used to get ball, niggas shout out the sack. This shit is falling, zoom in on these diamonds. These niggas jealous, they hate it, we shining. Shopping in Frisco, I'm 49, I'm with a thick hoe, getting saliva. They tried to kill me, but I'm a survivor. Nigga try to steal me, I'm tapping his visor. This is a Cullinan, this not a Chrysler. I'm out in zone with peace out of Kyla. Shopping in Denver, right in the Shador. Rich nigga hit the grow house in DR. Binary trigger gon' shoot like a fully. These nigga pussy remind me of Sooty. Before it grows, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a bow. Ain't got no love for no thought.